I'm back. Oh, let me just turn this fan on off. That is extremely annoying. You do not want to be listening to that while I yap for an hour. No, I'm joking. It's not going to be an hour. Hello, what's up, and welcome. I am back. I have been gone for a couple of weeks actually. I've been ill, so I haven't done a video in feels like a while, but I'm back and I am going to be doing my January and January and February reading wrap up. Also, I don't know how I sound because my ears are still half blocked, so I guess I'll find that out when my ears are unblocked and I watch this video. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing my January and February reading wrap up, joining them too because I had such good reading months those months, and I really just want to share the books, even though obviously we're halfway through March now. I was ill, so unfortunately I couldn't film this, but better late than never. So the first book of the year, I'm going to have to click on my reviews to kind of refresh my memories. But the first book of the year, can you believe, was a 5-star, which I was blown away because I read it within like a day. I absolutely loved it. And that was Dungeons. Oh, I actually have the book. 1 second. Yay, I have the book to show you. And that was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. And I absolutely loved this. Literally fell in love with it. Read it within a day, like I said. So short, so sweet. And I honestly can't even remember how I came across this. But yeah, this is a clean romance and it's YA. So like the title suggests, it is based around a D&D group, or Dungeons and Drama. Dungeons and Dragons roleplay group, which by the way I am now really wanting to try and get into. And she is a theatre girl, so this is fake dating, and I just loved all the relationships and the friendships as well, and like I said, like the D&D scenes, and you get to see them playing and just being there for each other. And I love that this was pretty realistic as well for being like, you know, YA and teenagers. And yeah, I just really loved it. I definitely recommend it. And the second book is now out as well, and I am literally dying to get my hands on it and read it. I absolutely cannot wait to read that one. So first book, 5 stars, 100% recommend. Okay, second book. Oh, I also have this one. Okay, the second book, again, can you believe, was a 5-star. Like I said, it was an amazing reading month. I got more 5 stars in 1 month than I did like all of last year. So, and that is Stars May Burn by Alice Avinia. I've talked a little bit about this as I was reading the second book in my last video. Can you still hear me? I really hope so. Okay. I've talked about how much I absolutely love this book so much. It was the slowest slow burn ever, and I absolutely loved it. I don't think they kissed at all in this book. No. So this is a dark romance, and this is also Marriage to Convenience. Yeah, Marriage to Convenience is definitely not my favourite trope, but this book did change my mind because I thought it was very well done, even though I think it probably could put some people off because of the slow burn, and literally for half the book they barely interact. It really is just a marriage of convenience, but it just turns into so much more than that, so much deeper, and I loved it. And also the fantasy elements are like amazing, and also can't really get my head fully around it, but I really did enjoy that and trying to understand everything. There's literally a glossary of all the characters, all of the metals and the cryalchemy, which is what it's called in this. It's not a spoiler because you find it out literally in the first couple pages. Literally all of the main characters, and you've even got a whole page of Sophie's, of the main female character's plants that she uses, which you'll find out more about that as you read it. But yeah, again, no spice and no language. It is mentioned of like war and death, but it's not, you know, graphic or anything. I just had the best time reading this and immediately got the second book after I read this because I just loved it so much. Okay, so the next one is a dystopian called The Calling by Elsie Pye, and I literally binged the whole series. I am actually obsessed with this series. So there are 3 books. There are 3 books in the series. It's basically described, if you like, the selection, and it's also kind of like Robin Hood kind of feels, and also likened to Divergent, which I've not seen, but it definitely, there's similarities with the selection. I just love this. I'm pretty sure it's YA. I just so enjoyed this. I love the character building. Also, if you want to see my full reviews, my Goodreads account is always linked below, so you can see my Goodreads review. And also there are cliffhangers in each of these books, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, like I said, I read all 3 books within really a couple weeks because I just had to read the next book. And now the final 4th book is not coming out until like the end of the year, and I'm just dying to read it. I can't wait. Literally, it couldn't be here sooner. So yeah, I'm just going to include all those 3 books in this wrap up right now. Another really good clean series. And even though they're about like 300-ish, 400 pages, they just flew by. Literally, it took me a day or 2 to read them. It just felt like a movie playing in my head, and I really connected with the characters. It just didn't feel like any time was passing as I was reading. It just flew past. So that is another 5-star series, which is amazing. Next, I read a little YA romance called Through the Dark. This was part of my Kindle challenge that I was doing for January. I randomly picked this one, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.25 star. To be quite honest, I can't remember much about it. It definitely wasn't 5 stars, and I definitely know that now. I probably would maybe lower my rating because I can't really remember anything about the book. I can kind of remember the characters, maybe? Yeah, I think I can remember this. Yeah, okay. I'm reading the description and it's kind of coming back to me. But yeah, it's very sweet. It's a hockey romance, which I am discovering I am a big fan of hockey romances. Yeah, I'm really getting into hockey romance. It was just a really good in-between, you know, just a palate cleanser. Yeah, just flew by. It's one of those books that I had a lot of fun reading. Okay, next was an ARC book that I had. Again, this was a 5-star book. Like I said, more 5-star in 1 month than I did in like 1 year. So this was Dark Love by Aurora Noir, or Aurora Dark Light, as she is on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. So this was a dark romance, which I have never read. This was my first dark romance, a mafia, like murder mystery romance. And I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about it going in. But this has definitely made me want to read more. I definitely want to read the next book that continues after this book. I absolutely loved it, loved every minute. Didn't want to stop reading it. So there is no spies or language, which is obviously surprising considering it's dark romance. Even though this is clean, it does still deal with like the deeper stuff, such as like murder, human trafficking. It mentions of rape, but it's not graphic. It doesn't go into detail, which I liked. And Vex, the main male character, is extremely overprotector. Like, he took Touch and Die to a whole new level, which I wasn't sure how I felt about that at first. At some points it was a bit too much, and I was like, you know, like, back off basically. But in the end, it was just so sweet. I loved him. I loved them both. I loved the whole book. Is this not pulled straight? The 2 characters couldn't be more different. Dahlia, the female character, is such a sweetheart, so innocent, and Vex is obviously like a crime lord, and but he does everything he does to protect the people that he loves, and he just has the best heart, really, when you get to know him. I loved all the side characters. Yeah, I really just loved the whole book, and it is a thicker book as well. It's like 600 pages. I think it only took me a couple of days though, so yeah, I really, really like that one. Okay, and then the next one, which was an audiobook, which was very short and sweet. It was 6 hours long. I listened to it in one afternoon in the car, and this was The Golden Goal by Anna Conwell. Guess what I rated it? 5 stars. Oh my gosh. This one still just makes me absolutely smile my head off, because I'm just always thinking about this, and the characters. I had the best time trying to control myself smiling whilst listening to this in the car. I have never felt so many emotions. I can't even tell you, like, everything that was described of the emotions that they were feeling in this book, I was feeling. You know, their heart was burning. I was burning from feeling so giddy, and because it was so sweet. Literally one of my all-time favourite romances. Again, this was a hockey romance. I told you I am loving the hockey romances. I could not recommend this one enough. Absolutely adored it. I would definitely be rereading it. And again, I want to buy the paperback because I cannot wait to reread this. Probably, most likely, will be reading it again this year. This was Brother's Best Friend trope, and was that it? I don't think there was anything else. And also the part where he takes care of her is the best. So good, so good. Oh yeah, and then I read obviously the second book in the Calling series, which we already discussed. Okay, and then I read The One by Kira Cass. I read this one by, actually I think I listened to it. Yes, I listened to this one actually. This took me honestly a few weeks. Definitely not my favorite. I have decided to not continue the series. This is the 3rd one, and there are 2 more books in the series which follows the daughter of these 2 main characters. But I've just decided I'm going to stop while it's okay. I gave this one 3 stars because it was okay. I would not read it again. Like I said, I'm done with the series. I found all of the characters so annoying, especially the main female character, America. She is so all over the place with her feelings. I mean, everyone's kind of, a lot of people say the same thing. I think you either hate it or you love it, and yeah, it just wasn't really my thing. It was a good way, I suppose, to pass the time while I was walking, you know, something to listen to, but I haven't really thought about it since. Actually, there was a few little plot twists that had me like, oh my word, you know, some things I didn't expect. But then also I just found myself not caring, and it's like, I cannot wait for this to be over. So that's how I felt about this. Yeah, just one of those. I think this was the first book that wasn't 5 stars. Yeah, so that was that. But I am really glad that I crossed this off my list, because I've been wanting to read this for literally like a year. So I'm glad that I have finally crossed it off. I can just be done now. Okay, next I have a classic, which is Behind a Mask or A Woman's Power. Definitely different to the rest of these. And I listened to this as an audiobook. This was very interesting. I don't honestly even know how to describe this. I've said before, not really a classics person. So pretty much every single classic I've read has been about 3 stars. So I rated this one 3 stars. I mean, it took about, I think probably the last 10% is when things started happening, and it was like, you know, like actually kind of shocking and like, oh my word. By the way, this is by Louisa May Alcott. I don't think this is one of her more popular ones. The main character, who is working as a governess for this family, and you just kind of see her living that life for a while. It's just very mundane and not really much going on for the majority of this book, like I said, until maybe like 80%. And then things start changing and picking up, and I mean, yeah, I would say I recommend it, because I didn't not enjoy it, but it's just one of those books that I haven't really found myself thinking about, but it was interesting. So there's that. Okay, so the next one is a romance, and this one was one of my 25 TBR books of the year. So I'm really glad I got to this one, because I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it, really enjoyed it. It wasn't a 5-star feeling. I did have a good time. There wasn't really anything that I didn't like about it. It was just so sweet. You're following Lana and Matteo, and Matteo is one of the sweetest main characters I've ever read about. He's so outright with his feelings, and obviously you don't really see that a lot, and which I liked. He doesn't, you know, he's not afraid to show his emotion and what he's thinking. He just says how it is, but he's also just the sweetest. And I love the girl best friend group as well. Yeah, you just really get to know the characters and their lives and their friends, and like just what's going on. I just really connected with it all, and had a really good time. And then I read the second book in the and then I read the third book in the More Than a Game series. So the third book after The Golden Goal. And this was the run option. Again, this was a Marriage and Convenience, and generally I'm just going to run up to 5 stars, but if I was being very specific and, you know, just kind of picky, I'd probably give it 4.75. I absolutely loved it. Loved every minute, couldn't put it down. I don't think it was quite as good as the first one, but I couldn't really tell you why. And this was a football romance. Again, this was another football romance, and of course, no spice. I like that this series follows the male friend group. Usually it's like, I don't know, usually series will follow like the female's best friend or her siblings or something like that. I like that each book follows their game of friends, and you get little glimpses of the characters from The Golden Goal as well, which I loved. And the 4th book is coming out really soon as well, so I will 100% be reading that. I cannot wait, because she might be one of my new favourite authors, because I just love her writing, that she just totally gets me sucked in. And I can't stop thinking about it and the characters, and I just have the best time. And then I read the 3rd book in the Calling series. And that is all. I had a really good start to the year. I read 12 books for the month of January and February, and I had 8 5 stars altogether, which is quite unbelievable. And I'm really trying to be more flexible with my 5 stars, because I've always been kind of strict, and I'm trying not to overthink it so much. I always say, like, you know, about this 5-star feeling, but but like I said, I try not to overthink it so much. If I had a great time reading it, then I'm not saying I'm going to be given 5 stars left, right and centre, but I don't want to be so strict, and I don't want to be quite as specific either, you know, with like the 4.75 and etc. I think having that mindset, I've already read such amazing books because I've tried to be a bit more open, and I'm hoping that's going to continue. So obviously we're halfway through March, and I've already read like 3 books in March so far, which I'm not going to talk about right now. I'll discuss these in a reading vlog or my March review. But I thought I'd just quickly go through my March TBR. So for March, I didn't really want to have a set TBR. I kind of just wanted to mood read and just go with whatever I'm feeling. I did have a couple books that I need to get to though, because I have a couple arcs for March. So the first arc that I have is A Drizzle of Magic, and I'm about halfway through that at the moment. It is a cozy fantasy. Actually, it was released yesterday, the 11th of March, so you can go order that now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely different to what I usually read. I definitely prefer the more high stakes fantasy, but I'm giving cozy fantasy a go. It definitely is cozy. There's a little mystery going on. You're basically just following our main character trying to get settled in this new town and trying to build up her bakery and making new friends, and also trying to solve this little mystery at the same time. So yeah, I'm having a good time, and my review for that will go up in the next couple of days. And then my other arc, which I think is for next week, just need to double check, and that is Once Upon a Rose by, oh, I've forgotten, Landy something. I don't know. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and one thing about me is I'm obsessed with Beauty and the Beast. One of my all-time favourite books is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I have high hopes that I'm gonna love this because it sounds so good. Our main character is a librarian, and I'm pretty sure it's Marriage of Convenience. Obviously, it's Beauty and the Beast, so he has this curse and he has to obviously find love. Other than that, I don't really know. But it sounds really good, and also the cover is beautiful, so can't wait to get to that. I'm literally dying to get to that, so as soon as I'm done with this cozy fantasy, I'm going straight to that. But yeah, like I said, I haven't really got a set TBR. I'm just kind of mood reading. But those are the two that I definitely need to read. I also literally just bought 2 new books today, and that's literally, I feel like I'm on top of the world. It is the best feeling buying books. Going into a bookshop and coming out of 2 books is the best feeling. Anyway, trying to rein in my excitement. It's literally made me so happy. It's crazy it's crazy just buying a couple books. But I think I need to buy a book every day, you know? You know what I mean? Book girls get it. I'm thinking about getting to one of those this month. Should I just show you? I really want to show you now because I have 2 new books that I bought today, plus a book that arrived today that I brought from Vinted that I haven't opened yet because I was saving it until maybe I buy some other books that I can unbox with you. But it's literally right next to me, and I keep staring at it because I'm dying to open it. I'm so impatient when it comes to books and anything, actually. I don't think I can wait. I think I'm going to show you because I've shown everybody else. Let's do a little random book haul. Can you hear my dog? I literally cannot tell you how excited I am for these books. It's literally made me so happy. Like, what do you mean just buying paper held together by glue has just given me the most happiest feeling? I don't know. So, went to Waterstones today, as you can see here. And I went specifically because I had ordered a book and I needed to collect it. And also because a book has not long been released and I've heard such great things about. So I wanted to pick that one up as well. And of course, I could have bought them both online, but there's nothing better than going into a shop and picking them up and putting them in your bag and coming home with 2 new books that you bought from the bookshop. And you get to have a look around. So I did. So here are a couple little shots of that. But anyway, let's get to the books that I brought. So a book that, like I said, has not long been released, I think. Must have been maybe a couple months ago or a month ago. I have no idea. I'm very new to this world, but I've heard really great things and it's got me so intrigued. And also the cover is stunning. So I just went ahead and I got it. Look at this cover. 1 minute. Look at this. Oh my god, it's so stunning. It is stunning. That gold foiling is absolutely beautiful. So this is Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. And like I said, I'm new to this world. This takes place in Pixie Hollow. So the world, you know, with Tinkerbell, and I don't think it has Tinkerbell in it, but it's one of the other fairies. Honestly, I have no idea. All I know is it's a very bittersweet story. It's not a happily ever after, and possibly, hopefully, might make me cry. And I did check, I don't need to have any like prior knowledge or watch any of the films and books, so that's good. So I'm really going into this blind because definitely one that I brought for the cover. So let's hope that that the story is as good as the cover because it's absolutely stunning. So actually, I might get to this March because I don't think I can wait much longer. It's got really good reviews actually, so I'm thinking I'm gonna love this. I will probably document if I do read this because I want to just see how I'm going to react. So yeah, I'll let you know if I get to this. I hope so. Okay, and then the second book that I brought today, Waterstones, was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And this was the reason that I wanted to go to Waterstones as soon as possible, because originally it was out of stock, and then randomly they literally just brought a couple back in. They only had a couple in stock, so I got there. I wanted to go there as soon as possible and pick it up. I know I'm very late to the series. This is a couple years old, I think. But yeah, I just keep hearing more and more about it, and there is no spice and no language, so I just thought I'd give it a try. It's very different. I think this is more cozy fantasy, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to feel about it, because I was just talking about, obviously, the cozy fantasy that I'm reading now. But there is just such good reviews, and I think you either love it or you hate it with this one. But again, even if I don't like it, that cover is so beautiful that I don't think I'll even care, because that cover is gorgeous. And the new one has just come out as well. So another reason why I was interested in the series, because the newest book, the cover is beautiful. It's pink and it's so pretty. So yeah, I'm sure everybody has heard about this series by now. But basically, you're following the main character it is basically what the title is. Her Encyclopedia of Fairies. She is, you're following along with her studies and her discoveries of these fairies and these creatures. It literally, you're reading it as like her diary, her journal, 26th of November. And then she makes little notes and little definitions, which I actually really love. So I love that there's little definitions and little margins. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has literally read this apart from me, so I'm well behind, but oh well. I just really hope that I enjoy this, because I would love to continue the series. I just bent that. Oh my gosh, do not bend. I'm one of those people that a new book, do not even touch my new books, because if I see a scratch or a bend, I wish I could be one of those that just crack the spine and dog ear the pages, but I'm not. I'm just really not. Yeah, another random example. I have no idea what this bit is talking about. Probably shouldn't start reading random page. Like the ivory tree, and then she makes a note. I include this particular story in part because it falls outside the usual patterns. I hypothesize that it has either been purposely truncated, never heard that word before, or is so new that it has not yet been worn and smoothed into a more pleasing shape. Probably not the best sentence to read, because what? The tree's bones. A successful whaler lived alone at the edge of a bay. Much of his success came from his scaled. What the heck? I'm not going to read anymore, because yeah, if you read this series, let me know what you think, because I think either a lot of people get bored, or it's just one of their favorite series. So I'm so interested to see what I'm gonna think. So if you've read any of these books, let me know. Yeah, I'm very excited to get to this, and it's so beautiful. The pink shimmeriness, so stunning. And then we have a book that I picked up today as well. I got this one from Vinted, and again, I'm kind of late to this because I think this was published a few years ago as well. I'm pretty sure they updated the cover though, because up until a few months ago the cover was completely different, and all of a sudden the cover is actually kind of stunning, and that is what drew me to it. So let's just open this. Oh my gosh, it really smells. Oh my word, she's really thick. I really hope I'm going to like this as well. Oh my word, it's beautiful. It's stunning. Oh my gosh, I really hope I love this, because this is actually beautiful. Oh my word. It really smells. This is what you get for buying on Vinted. But it's in such good condition. I think she read it once, but you'd never know. Definitely new condition, apart from the smell. No. And okay, have I only shown you Babel? Please, somebody tell me, is it Babel or Babel? Because I literally don't know. This is such a beautiful cover. I love the cover. Probably everybody has heard of this, by R.F. Kuang. I think this is very historical, quite deep, and I'm hoping. Whoa, the writing is actually pretty small. No, it's not. Is it? I feel like it's smaller than usual. Oh, again, there's little notes and definitions. I'm really hoping that I'm gonna be able to take it in. I think you have to kind of take your time on it. It's not just a really one that you can just breeze through. I think it's going to be a bit more deeper. So I'm looking forward to that and hoping that I love this because yeah, I just love everything about how this looks. So again, if you've read this, let me know what you think. Oh, okay. I honestly don't really know that much about it. It says Oxford 1836. I hope it doesn't read like a classic, because I'm not a classics fan, so. It is the centre of all knowledge and progress in the world, and at its heart is Babel. Babel? I'm just going to say Babel because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Oxford University, prestigious Royal Institute of Translation. Well, okay. The tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by mysterious guardian Robin Swift. Robin Swift thought Babel a paradise until it became a prison. The can a student stand against an empire? Oh, okay. It sounds really good. A fantastically made work. Moving and engaging by turns with an ending to blow down walls. That's from The Guardian. Sounds really good. I'm so excited to add this to my shelves. Actually, is this not the most prettiest book haul ever? Such a beautiful book haul. Look at that. All the shinies. Okay, that is me done. I don't know how long I've been talking for. This one clip is like 45 minutes long, and I have another clip before this clip. So I have a lot of editing to do. But anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed. I really enjoyed filming this one. Love to just yap about my favourite books, and yeah, really hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I've talked about today or that I'm hoping to read this March, and hope you're having a good week. Yeah, so excited to be back and hopefully get back into my video. Hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in my next video soon. Take care. Bye. Oh my gosh, I nearly just dropped her to the floor. Are you okay, my babes? It's literally the most stunningest book I've ever seen. Okay, bye.